I didn't want.
And Felicia didn't unmute it, so you guys missed that entire conversation.
I was actually on with the intro.
Didn't even had the intro, had everything. It was all muted, and you missed all of it.
Wow. So let's do it again. Welcome to episode 25 of season 7. I'm Felicia Minor.
Oh God! Jesus! Now all of it. We're just fucking everything. We're not doing this very well today.
Life is happening.
Excuse me, I was expecting professional things.
Yeah. Obviously you've never watched the show.
And if you're trying to watch on YouTube, YouTube has said the big F you to me, so I just shut it off.
Fuck YouTube. YouTube is always.
I would just upload the episode later on YouTube.
YouTube is not.
I've had to do that a couple times.
YouTube is not being awesome the last few weeks.
No.
Like, hey Diana Fire.
Hi.
Diana Fire's hot.
Yeah, she is. Is it Transformation Tuesday yet?
It was yesterday.
Oh, did she post it?
Yeah, she always does.
I was like, shit, what day
Hold
is
on
it?
just a second.
Today would be Wednesday. Oh,
Wednesday.
Felicia, gotta go troll your page real quick, Diana. Oh my God.
Don't be distracted. You go ahead and read that.
Would you like me to? I'll go ahead and do this. All right.
We're just gonna go ahead and.
So it is your Wednesday night conversation. We've been doing this now for more than 6 years, and it's more than just the gossip. It's the actual issues that matter to you.
Ooh,
welcome to Let's Have a Fefe. We are streaming live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch, which I still don't know what the fuck that is in the scene. Yeah. I told you. I told you. We're over here drooling over you, Diana.
I'm sweating.
Just say we're schwitzing over here. It's
Just
fine.
schwitzing.
We're just schwitzing. We are brought to you by
Let
ShellyLoveCreative.com,
me
WigsOfKind.com, and TheBurlyBarbers.com, which I have to say, before I went to nationals, I went and had my hair did, and I got so many compliments on my hair.
Same.
Wow.
So many compliments.
You actually went?
I go all the time. I literally live walking distance.
That's true. Dustin really has zero excuse.
I can.
It's like a
I
block.
can walk out of my house and literally just walk there.
Oh,
for
that's
like
wonderful.
4 minutes.
That's wonderful.
Yeah,
And of course, we couldn't do this without the support of our Patreon peeps: Joan Bish, Leanne Dunton, Allison Gillian, Corey and Carrie McClemens, Brandon McGill, and Casey Starr. If you want to join the Fefe movement, you can. You can support us today at patreon.com.
I think that more people should support us so that it takes up half of the show just to say
the names, right? Like the podcast where they go through and they say all the supporters, and I'm like,
and then they take a break, and then they go to the actual show,
right?
And then they come back and they're like,
or what you could do is just like list them all, writing, and just like scroll.
They just scroll them through the thing. Yeah, we're not
just
that
Star Wars. Get the whole Star Wars theme going.
All right, just
the first 5 minutes.
And for those of you who are unfamiliar with our guest this evening, this is the newly crowned Mr. USofA MI. I almost said classic. Dustin Riots. I'm classic.
Yay.
He's not.
Which is why you almost said classic.
Which is why I almost said classic, because I'm fucking old.
It's past your bedtime.
It is past my bedtime by about 6 hours.
Well, he has a doctor's note. They let him out.
Right. I'm allowed to take field trips. I'm on work release from the home.
As long as he has supervision, that's why I'm here.
Right. It's totally fine. I have my little seeing eye dog, and it's fine. Totally fine.
Am I the dog?
Yes.
You're wearing a collar.
No.
Okay.
You started this.
Oh, hey Brandon. Hey Vivica. Hey Best, who is watching
those.
with Brandon. I have 20/20 vision, even though I'm old as fuck. So I can
Yeah,
actually
we both
see
have.
things.
Thank you, Vivica.
Hi, Michael. Hi,
Oh
Ryan.
my God, should I make
Hi,
it just a
Joan.
little bit
Hi,
bigger?
everybody.
Can we actually make the font bigger?
Oh dear God.
I don't think
I
I've ever
can
had
read
that.
it just fine and dandy, you know.
I'm just gonna get real close to the screen.
Awesome.
Let's see if I can make this bigger for you.
Jesus. I mean, I'm fine.
I don't think it'll let me.
What did
That's
you do
fine.
this weekend, Dustin?
I don't know what
Now you sound like me.
Hang on.
Felicia, how was your
Oh,
weekend?
hey! It was good.
Maybe we'll jog his memory a little bit.
So Friday. What did I do Friday? I don't think I did anything Friday. Did we?
I cleaned on Friday.
That's right. And then, oh my God, that is.
Pride.
Oh, it was Pride.
Jesus.
I still
I'm
haven't
bad.
slept since Nationals.
Jesus Christ.
I don't think Freddie has either.
No, not really.
So, on Saturday I worked, and then didn't feel like doing anything for the rest of the day, so I didn't. And then on Sunday, let's talk about Sunday.
Oh, God.
Sunday, I didn't plan on it being such an, what's the word?
Clusterfuck. Clusterfuck is the word
I was going to say adventure, but that's
okay,
good.
adventure.
That's good.
We'll go with adventure.
Oh, yes.
then.
Thank you for the
Totally
screen cap,
fine.
Ryan. Yes.
We'll go with adventure.
Yes. I get there. I thought I was late at first.
Yes, Hannah, I'm drinking Starbucks.
Because usually I get there late and everybody's like, hurry up. You can't, whatever.
Oh, the parade. Okay.
Yeah. The Phoenix Pride
I'm here.
Parade. Sorry.
I'm here.
You good? You on it? You on it? Okay.
All right.
I'm here.
So, then, as soon as I get there, I don't know what's really going on or where people are. And I tell them that I'm there. That's all I say. And then, so as I'm walking, I do run into some people like John.
I'm lost. I can't find anybody. I don't know where anybody is.
I did take
where
pictures
are
along
you?
the way.
I don't see anybody. I lost you guys.
So this bitch running his mouth all the way through. So first lap. Okay, so when I get there, I see somebody from Phoenix Pride, and they tell me all of y'all are in order. And
don't listen to anybody that tells you
and I
shit
said,
like that.
They're all in order? Like, he's like, yeah, and the parade should be starting soon.
False, all of it.
So,
all of it.
The first part, I blame them. The second part, I blame myself. Because I walked all the way from the beginning of the route to the end of the route, and then back to the beginning.
Meanwhile, me, who has zero sense of direction, can't find my way out of a wet paper bag, managed to find where I needed to go just fine and dandy. So...
Well, I think the confusion happened when I believed that person that we were all in order. Mm-hmm. And then I started to look at people and I saw that, oh, why is like 246 parked right next to 110? And then I heard people like complaining like their stuff was still stuck in the back. And I was like, what do you mean? She goes, well, I'm here with my company. You know, like all these people are out here, like standing right here. And our float is in the back. Or their bus or whatever was in the back. And I was like, oh my God. So that's when, click, I was like, show me where you guys are at. Because they keep telling me that I need to stay right here and you guys are going to come up. That's what they kept telling me. So after lap 2, I stopped taking pictures with people.
Mind you, our float number was 136.
Correct. So as I'm going, I pass somebody, their number is like 96 or something. And then I see like 112. And then I see something else that's like 200 and something. I'm like, where are they in order? And then so I walked up to somebody and I was like, are you guys in order? He goes, nope, I've been here since I had to check in. And that's when I was like, oh, blown away. And then I found them because I was told the wrong thing from the get-go. And it wasn't their fault, the Cat Lounge's fault.
We were where they told us to be.
But that's weird.
So what happened then is after sitting around for almost 2 hours and going, what the fuck is going on? I decided to walk up a couple blocks and ask someone that had a shirt that said parade coordinator or some shit. I'm like, okay, maybe you know what's going on.
He didn't.
So I'm like, hey, why are we still sitting here? Like, we're literally sitting here. There's a whole half of a parade that's already gone at this point.
Oh,
gone. Like, they've already gone. So we're like, why are we still sitting here? Well, I don't know, man. There's apparently several hundred walkers that are in the road. Okay, well, get them the fuck out of the road.
And then there was a point where people were, like, tagging me in lives that I wasn't in the parade yet. I was still sitting in the grass waiting to be...
We finally, like, all of us sitting back there, we were finally like, you know what? Fuck this shit. We're gonna do this ourselves. And that's when we just started figuring and, like, pulling things up and going. It was the biggest bunch of bullshit. And the people with the shirts that said parade coordinators or whatever the fuck didn't know a goddamn thing. Not a thing. It was a hot mess. We sat out there for, God, we didn't get done with the parade until what? It was like 1 something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No. To go literally like a mile and a half? No. I was sitting out there. Unfucking believable. It was, I don't know who dropped the ball, but somebody dropped the ball. And apparently along the parade route there were 0 porta potties. Nothing.
Oh,
no
I don't
porta
want to
potties.
talk about the porta potties.
There was
at the parade.
there were no, apparently in the festival too there was a lack of bathrooms.
What?
Yeah, Brandon McGill and a few other people were talking about how there was a massive lack of bathroom. There were
That
only
is like my big.
there were like some, and then every single one had a massive line because there were no fucking bathrooms. I'm not sure who
Did
was
they cut
in
back
charge.
on the bathrooms to pay for the entertainment?
I don't know what they did, but you have a lot of extremely unhappy people. Like, not good, guys. Not good. I don't know.
I didn't hear about any of this.
Oh, trust me. I did. This is like
That's so interesting because I mean I've been in the parade like I think for 5 years. I wasn't in it this year, but normally it runs.
Last
smoothly.
year was kind of a mess. This year was a massive.
I wasn't in it last
I
year.
was in it
Clusterfuck.
2 years ago.
Like
2 years
Speaking
ago.
of those porta potties, I had to go to the bathroom in the porta potty in my stilts.
I'm not even gonna ask how you manage that. That
I had to duck in there.
I'll bet you stand over it
Wow.
and hope that you just don't make a mess, because that would be.
You should have seen everybody's faces though when I like emerged.
When you came out of it, they'd be like, "What the fuck?" Like a
So
fucking
overall,
clown
I
car.
heard that Pride was good. I don't have any complaints because I just was sitting the whole time during the parade.
Yeah, fucking Felicia. God damn it. This bitch right here sits in the float. They had an umbrella. Sits in the float in the shade. Meanwhile, I'm walking 2 goddamn miles in my sash and crown, handing shit out to people. Hey, come check us out. We have bingo and shit. No, bitch. Meanwhile, do you see this? I am pale. I am pale.
I am
You were
dark.
ginger.
I am white.
You're just sitting up there, just waving.
I am very
I
white.
wasn't waving.
Why weren't you waving? You gotta
You were doing
do
shit.
the.
I
You gotta
was
do the
calling.
princess wave.
You know what was funny is the girl that was handing stuff out on my side was getting upset, and I think she stopped handing stuff out because I was like waving people over to come over, and they would come and take the papers from me.
Oh my gosh.
Get a lazy ass.
Oh my
God
gosh.
damn it. Yeah.
It was already in the discussion. They told me I could just sit, and I was like, okay, I will just sit.
That's fine.
I used to go through for
walk.
Rocky Horror, so I would be doing all the time warp dances
Right.
and everything, and passing out the
Right.
flyers in between songs.
Walking 2 miles with a very heavy crown on your head
Yeah.
is not as fun
Yes,
as you
poor
would think.
Fred.
You should try it tap dancing.
Poor Freddie. Everything.
I'll do that next year. I'll just walk with my crown while I'm tap dancing. We'll
Perfect.
totally do that. Not a problem.
Don't put that out in the universe.
I want to see that.
Oh God. So what else? What else did happen this weekend?
I saw How to Train Your Dragon.
Oh, that's good.
3.
Good for you.
Thank you.
So good. Wow.
Yeah.
Growing up so fast.
On Monday I went and did the in-person thing where they take your fingerprints and stuff for the TSA pre-check.
I'm gonna do it.
When? Like a week before your flight?
I
It can
don't know.
take. It can
Something
take
is stabbing me in the back. On my
It's
shoulder.
probably one of
your things.
Which
Jesus.
one of your things is
I don't know,
No.
but it hurts.
It
Sorry.
can take anywhere between a week and a month to get the approval. So you should probably do that like now. Because otherwise, when we go to Dallas, I'm gonna be like,
Oh, I see.
and I'll
Got
wait
it.
for you at the gate while you stuff
That's
to take your
fine.
shoes off and shit.
Oh, it's
It'll
one
give
of the
me
wires.
a nice little time away from you.
Yeah,
It'll be nice.
Whoa.
it'll be the only time
They're
away.
starting already.
The only time away.
He is stuck with
Hannah
me
said
for
she
a
would
year.
pay to see you
Yeah,
tap dance.
tap dance on it. Thanks.
And the parade.
Thanks.
Oh, I feel so much better. Thank
And
you.
then on Tuesday, so last night, I was going to go out to Stacy's to support the folks over at the
Support 'em.
Christian. I would love to have gone. I didn't get home until it was almost 10 o'clock. I was really fucking tired. I had to shower. I had to clean this up because I spent like almost 4 hours getting a tattoo. So my arm was like throbbing at that point because I had to get it all washed off and all that stuff. But if anybody wants a good tattoo artist,
Hannah.
I have
Hannah
one.
is funny.
Thanks, Hannah.
At
Thanks.
least $2.
I take
I
that
paid
$2.
$3.
Thank you. Thank you.
welcome.
Fuck
At
both
least
of you.
$2.
Fuck both of you. Yeah.
You're stuck with me.
So yeah, no, it was a pretty good. It was a pretty good weekend. It was.
I wanted to go, but
And
I
then
had a
tonight
police
before the
write-up.
Fefe, I married a couple in the living room.
Meaning Felicia was the officiant, didn't.
I didn't marry them.
the couple.
That would be very.
She married a couple people.
English
in the living room.
English is weird. English.
I know that just.
Marry is
in my
is
mind.
like,
It sounded like a terrific thing to say, and then
Right.
I
Marry
thought,
English is a
But
very
it
strange
truly is
language.
what I-
It's like it doesn't always make sense. Like.
Hi, Mimi.
So, speaking of tap dancing down the parade route in my crown, my tip this evening is how to date an artist or entertainer.
Is that a good movie?
So,
Segways. What was that? Segways are hard. Tap dancing in a crown, going to dating an entertainer.
It was an entertainer.
I'm an entertainer. This is date-
Oh, okay.
That was
I
actually one of
like,
his good ones.
It worked.
Yeah.
Anyway.
You haven't been here for the bad ones.
There are times when I don't have a good segue, even a remotely good segue.
And he'll be like, speaking of that.
That's why I just completely changed the subject and then just go, segways are hard and keep going.
Like, there's, you're talking about things like butt sex, and sometimes it's hard to segue into that if you're talking about, like...
Depends on who you're talking to.
It can be tricky. So...
Tricky.
But I was actually thinking today, and I was...
Ooh.
Because I know. It's hard to come up with tips that... Because we do bring up things that we talked about in the past quite a bit. We try to... Because we have new people that watch and things. We try to keep everybody educated. But I don't think we've ever really talked about what goes into dating or being in a relationship with someone who is an entertainer or an artist or something like that. So I'm like...
It's not that hard.
So, all right. Okay.
What's for dinner? Oh.
Because Ryan's doing whatever.
I'm having distasteful chicken nuggets.
This is my dinner. It counts as a protein shake, right?
You can ask for protein in those.
No.
Why would you do that?
Why would you ruin
I
good start?
So, on the outside, dating an entertainer or an artist may seem like totally awesome, especially if you're not necessarily an entertainer or an artist yourself. It can seem like sort of glamorous and exciting and, ooh, my partner's a performer or whatever. And it's not always that, like, at all.
Not even for us.
No. No. There is very little that I do that is, like, glamorous and exciting. Like,
It's great when you get, like, an online recognition.
Don't get me wrong, it's great, but...
In the paper or something.
Right. So... One of the things that and this has been kind of a hard line for me in recent years, is I won't date someone, I won't even consider any sort of a relationship with somebody who met Freddie before they met me.
Ooh.
Because, and I know that's tricky, especially in
Will you
like a
explain
community
why
like
that's
this.
really important?
So here it is, though. Like, especially with me, if you meet Freddie before you meet me, you're going to be very disappointed.
Right here,
you're going to be
same.
very disappointed because who our persona is on stage is not who we are once it all comes off and we're at home. If you meet that persona first, you're not really meeting me. Like, you're not really meeting...
You're meeting a section.
Right. You're meeting
Not
a
even.
character.
It's a
like,
character.
And that's
Yeah.
exactly it. Like, I am, I'm...
It's just a piece of your life.
The way that I am on stage and the way I am when I'm on is very much not who I am when...
I'm the literal opposite.
I'm an introvert. I like
I
to
think we
sit at
all are.
home, and some people are, some people aren't, though. Like, some people are...
They're
Everything comes off, and they're still at the
persona
bars, and they're
entry,
just like,
yeah,
whatever.
all the time.
And, like, that's not me. Like, I'm very much... I want to be...
very much turn it on.
Yeah.
Well, you've been around me.
And because with those of us who have to do that, you can tell when we're off. Like, you can tell if we're having a really bad day because it's a struggle. It's like if you really don't want to be where you are, whatever. It's hard. And so if you meet that character before you meet us, then you sort of have these unrealistic expectations.
I've had people tell me, "You're so quiet." And I'm like, "Well, I'm not going to be this."
Right, I'm like this
out loud
I
person
mean,
all the time.
yeah,
because it
I
takes
have a hard
lot of
time.
energy out of me.
I have a hard time because a lot of the stuff I do is, the like dark, intense,
Right.
like a lot of like
Meanwhile, we're
imagine
like,
if you walked around the house
I don't
doing
want
that.
to say like sexy, but like it's that like dark,
Right.
like you
And
know.
meanwhile,
and then
we're
you
like,
meet me, and
can
I'm
we go
like,
play Mario Brothers?
I want to play Mario Brothers. I wanna put on my glasses. I want to do chemistry equations.
Right.
Like it's not.
On paper, I'm really fucking boring. Like, I barely drink. I don't really smoke anything. I don't do anything. Like, so better to meet me first and then get acquainted with Freddie, because there's a big difference right there. Also, if you're dating an entertainer, you have to know that jealousy, not gonna fly. Not gonna fly. Because as an entertainer or an artist or whatever, there's going to be fans. There's going to be people that are going to be like, oh my God, this person's amazing. I don't know. This is an assumption. You know, there will be like, you know, crushes. Like people have, you know, crushes on
the
whatever.
character.
Like, right.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, in the case of like an entertainer, often you'll have people that kind of behave inappropriately, you know, that put dollars down our pans and do things that aren't super awesome
because it's $1,
right? You know, and there's a line.
I guess that happens too much.
Yeah, they go on your boobs.
Right, but you have to as a partner of an entertainer, you have to trust that we can handle this and we don't need you policing it.
And it doesn't mean
it means
what you think
it means. Diddly squat.
It means I got $1.
Right. And if it's a 5, even better.
Sweet.
If someone is sitting there and I'm like standing by their chair and I'm doing this little thing over here and they're just handing me I'm gonna take the dollars.
There's no personal attachment.
Zero.
I'm sorry if I'm disappointing a lot of people, but
zero. If I am on your lap, I'm sorry. I'm just caring about the dollars that you are putting down my shirt.
On the other hand, though, that doesn't mean that it's always okay to put dollars down.
Correct. And mind you, right, consent is a thing.
Yeah,
consent is sexy.
But
right.
Wanted to throw that out.
Right. Also, do not be a helicopter partner. So you've heard of helicopter parents, right?
Yeah.
That just sort of sit there and
hover over.
Right. We like it when you support us, but you don't need to be at everything all the time, right behind us, checking up on us. You know what I mean? Like there's a line between support and just literally following behind us, and like just it gets a little clingy. It can get a little weird. It can get like we love the support, and having
you don't always need to be in the dressing room.
Right, having a partner that supports us is amazing. I didn't have that until recently, and it's fantastic. But don't be a helicopter partner. Nobody wants that. And being an artist or an entertainer, I say an artist because it
encompasses
anything,
many.
right? Whether it's a photographer, a painter, whatever, an artist just in general, or an entertainer, is often like having a second job. So it will take up a lot of free time, but it's something that we're passionate about, so that's what we're going to do. But we're also going to do our best to make sure that there's time for you and there's time for us.
Oh.
You know, like that's if we are committed, and granted we can slip up sometimes.
Well, I when I first started, not when I first started because I was not booked when I first started. That was horrible. I wouldn't have booked me.
So things have changed how for you?
I would not have booked me at that point. But
you don't start somewhere.
There was a point where I was booked pretty much all week, and I came home, but it was like to sleep.
Right.
And then I would just go to work, and then I would come home, get ready, then go back out, come home, you know, and repeat. And then there became like this time where it seemed like we were like just floating in the wind almost. And like I would be like, hey, no, you're still there.
And then
out the door.
Yeah.
So I know that feeling that you have to like kind of choose whether you want to be out and about or if you want to be with your. But I think that you can make time.
Yes.
Because we all make our calendars,
Mm-hmm.
and if somebody says, "Oh, I'd like to do a show," and you know that you have a date night with your significant other, don't go. Because I did this. I was very terrible in the beginning.
It happens.
I booked a show over.
Yeah, don't do that shit.
And it was
we generally try not to.
But I also feel like, and I've talked to you about this before, it's definitely something that like when you are doing a lot of shows and you are seeing something or something.
Well,
I mean, sometimes you do.
I don't judge. But it really does help, you know, when like you do make time for both. It makes the time with that person more special because it's not just like a, you know, you see them all the time type thing.
Right. It's a deliberate. Yeah. You know, hey, we're gonna go
plans to do something, so that time is meaningful. Right. So
you're not just sitting on the couch going, "What are we watching?"
Yeah.
It's actual like quality time as opposed to we're just gonna. See
sometimes
you
I'm down for that.
Hi, Jericho.
Hi, Jericho.
I can see that.
Oh,
good for you.
Hey, that's me.
Mr. Phoenix Pride. He'll be here on the 8th of May.
Oh, excellent.
He hasn't shaken his head in disappointment yet.
I always get the disapproving head shake. Him and Eddie.
Also, another big thing. And this is something that I dealt with for quite some time.
No, you don't say.
Do not police our art. Don't try to tell us what we can and cannot do. Don't try to tell us the kind of music that we can perform or who we can perform with if there's no legitimate reason.
Coming from a partner? I think that needs an explanation.
Okay, so let me.
I was gonna say, like, wait a minute.
I have a couple of examples. So I was dating this psychotic drunk chick for a while. When I lived in Tucson.
Oh, okay.
So I was in Tucson. And she was like full on like an alcoholic. Like she would polish off like two six packs of beers like every night when she came home. Like it was and she was also like one of those hardcore psychotic vegans and whatever. But it was right when I started doing drag, and I was part of a troupe in Tucson called Drag Star, and we did all the fun sort of big production numbers and stuff like that. And it was a duet that I was going to do that I actually want to do this again sometime. I have to find somebody to do it. But it was the Gwen Stefani, it's Brian Seltzer. It's a duet. The fuck is it? I can't remember what the hell it's called. Anyway, it's a swing number. It's a fucking swing number. So we were doing we were doing a duet, and this friend of mine was partnered with somebody else in the troupe, whatever. It was just, we were just doing this duet. And my partner got so fucking bent about
You're
it.
the boss?
Because, yes, You're the Boss. That's the one. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And she was upset about it because...
Thanks, Google.
In the song, Gwen Stefani calls him daddy, which she was like, feminist, blah, blah, blah. Like, told me that I was practically having sex on stage. I'm like, if this is your idea of sex on stage, honey, we need to have a discussion.
Oh, yeah.
Because this is literally a swing number. Literally a swing number.
I hate when people put their insecurities on other people. Right. That drives me absolutely insane.
So that was totally a thing for a while. And then another psychotic ex up here kept...
Not recently.
Well,
thank God.
No. But kept trying to... Like, she was convinced that I was sleeping with everybody. So
at one point you were sleeping with me.
I was sleeping with everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody. So
I
that was a
problem.
problem.
We made time for that.
I couldn't do like don't police our art. If we don't give you a reason not to trust us, shush.
I mean, why be in a relationship if you can't trust the other person?
Right. Because people are psychotic.
Because that makes sense.
I mean, jeez.
And the other thing is, so there may be times when if we're traveling to perform or whatever it is, if you have the opportunity to come with us, that's awesome. Because that support is fantastic, and not everybody...
Don't be a wet blanket.
Well, but understand that if we're traveling for a performance, for something that we were booked for, that doesn't mean that we're going to have a shit ton of time to go sightseeing or to do all these things that you think that we're going to have time to do, because that's not why we're there. If we're able to, tack on some time at the beginning or the end or whatever and go early, great. But sometimes that's not what that is. Sometimes it's literally you fly in, you perform the next day, you leave. And
I don't know what that's like.
So if you come with us, it's amazing and we love that support, but it's not going to be about you when we go, and you just have to understand that, and we'll still spend time with you, but it's not going to be a whole bunch of touristy shit. So just
I feel like you're going to be like, I'm talking to you.
You
have
I'm
to
talking
understand
to you.
that. You do.
Uh,
Me. You.
do you have? Oh, yes.
Oh, with my middle finger. I can't really point with this arm yet. It's still
This
tender,
is
so I
sore.
can't lift it enough to.
Stop.
Anyway, on to our special guest, Mr. USofA MI, Dustin Riot, who is over here snortling.
I can't help it.
It's not nice to make fun of the
Eddie's here.
disabled.
Best star, and I know we're matching. Well, we're not matching, but we
We're
planned
sort
it.
of matching. I had to put
I
something
love how
on
you
the
guys
sleeveless.
The same pins almost.
I have my Muffy fish basket pin.
Oh.
We have 2 matching pins.
Yeah. Did you just touch my boob?
Is that where your boob is?
Why is it so low?
Yeah, I was like,
I'm old. Gravity, okay? Fucking gravity.
But you
Everything
just got yours.
It happens.
Go back.
But Eddie, if you're talking about matching, wait. Just wait. Just wait. We're gonna be matching a lot. It's gonna be great.
It's gonna be.
It's gonna be great.
Everybody's gonna be like,
You're welcome, everybody. We're gonna be twins.
What the fuck is this shit?
Yes.
What's the MI?
Glam.
What's the MI?
MI stands for male illusionist. Because that's what we do. We are illusionary males.
Or we are males that are illusioning something else.
That's why I see it. Is that everything I do is
That was
illusion.
I am the end.
I am illusion.
I am death. He hates me. He had to listen to this for months. And he's got a whole nother year.
I'm fine. I'm fine.
So if he disappears like for a good month.
I am beyond strength.
Are you self-talking over there?
I am the end.
I don't know if I can handle this.
I'm fine. Everything is fine. He's got a whole year with me. He's so lucky.
Hi, Edward.
Why did the toilet paper roll down the hill?
Oh, no, you're not.
Oh,
Why?
yes, I am.
Oh,
Because
God.
I wanted to get to the bottom.
That's a good one.
Thank you.
Don't
Okay.
encourage this. Do not
Okay,
encourage
no.
this.
Do you want to hear my favorite joke?
Oh, God. I don't know if I'm ready for this.
Okay, have you ever seen Dark Crystal?
No.
You haven't seen
What?
Dark Crystal?
No.
Okay, well, never mind. I'm not talking to you anymore.
Why do
You've
you
never
look
seen
surprised?
The Dark Crystal?
Okay, you've known me for how long? There's a lot of things that I haven't seen, and there's a lot of things that we've talked about on here that I have not seen.
Okay, well, this goes out to all of you.
I've seen The Dark Crystal like 1,000 times,
So
so...
you've also heard this joke.
Have I?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Okay, well, for all of you Dark Crystal fans, I don't know if you know, yes, they're making a remake on Netflix.
It's not a remake, it's a
not
prequel.
a remake, it's a prequel, yeah, but they're using all of the same.
They're using all the same artistic,
Eddie
they're
says
Brian
he
Froud
hasn't
and
seen it
everything. I
either.
know, I'm very excited.
Eddie, you haven't seen it?
What?
I'm not part of your family
Get
anymore.
get off this feed.
I'm just kidding, I love you.
No time for you. Get off this feed.
Anyways,
What's
so
wrong with
they're
people?
making a Dark Crystal 2, and it's starring Justin Timberlake. Did you
dark-
know that?
It's a Dark Crystal 2, but it's a prequel?
No, this is something else. They're making a Dark Crystal 2, and it's starring Justin Timberlake.
I'm very confused.
He's bringing Skeksis back.
Get out. Get the fuck out. I have no time for you. Get out.
Edward wants to... Oh, God, this is so
What?
confusing with Edward and Eddie in
Freddie,
here.
why couldn't the toilet paper cross the road?
Why?
Uh-oh.
We'll have to wait now because we can.
Where
We
is
have
it?
to wait for the.
Oh, better hop to it, Eddie.
Wow.
Eddie, I love you.
Wow. Vivica's mom is coming for Eddie.
No.
Oh, gosh.
Jeez.
I'm
Eddie,
just
just come over.
anxiously
We'll
waiting
watch
for the
it,
answer,
I guess.
Edward.
Yeah, it's gonna take a second because there's a delay.
Edward,
So
what is the
we're
answer?
waiting for the answer, Edward. So while we're waiting for
Okay.
Edward, so this was your second time competing for USofA MI.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about that.
Oh, wait.
Because he got stuck in a crack. Oh, for fuck's sake.
Good one. I like it.
Oh my god.
Thanks, Edward,
So,
for adding to the collection.
Tell us a little bit about like this year versus last year. I mean, obviously the outcome was
Your
different, but as the
experiences.
experience as a
Mhm.
whole,
What'd you do differently? How'd you get there? What's the tea? Lay it all out on the table.
It was, well, first of all, it was a really great experience. It has been both years I went.
I'm sure winning didn't hurt.
I mean, literally besides all that, though, like, the actual experience of being there, I love being there. I think it's a phenomenal, like, the energy around all of it is just great, you know, I've been to other pageants and stuff where, like, you go and you can, like, just feel that tension of, like, we're all here and we're competing against each other and I'm going to win. I'm not going to talk to you because I'm the winner. And, you know, I've experienced some of that and I don't like that at all. But going to USofA,
it's very different.
Yes, whether it's with the classic Diva or MI, you know, between any of those systems, it's all just very, very supportive. And, you know, and sometimes you can, in other things, when people are supportive, you kind of have that weird feeling that they're just kind of being supportive. But I've never had that feeling at the system.
Great job out there.
Oh, that was so good. And you're like, I don't believe you. What are you really telling me? But the love between all of the contestants there is one of the best feelings I've ever had. The first year I went, it was very much centered around the brotherhood for me. It was a big deal going into it. I had heard about it, and then I got to go and I got to experience it. For, you know, most of you that don't know, my talent number has a gigantic cloak to start. It goes from one end of the stage to the other end of the stage.
Oh, did you not see it?
Oh no, I saw it.
He was at every rehearsal.
I saw it.
He was there when I was, like, on the ground sponge painting it. But it's a really big cloak, and I decided my first year, I was like, oh, from prelim night to final night, I'm going to add some stones on it. Well, guess what? It was snowing outside, and it's a big cloak, so I had to put it out in the parking lot. It's snowing. I'm in the parking lot. I had Trey and his partner is out. Violet is out, and they're all they're helping me stone in freezing weather, and it was miserable. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, we get, you know, Romeo pops his head out and, you know, just comes marching out with no shirt on because he's crazy, and just comes marching out, sits down, and helps me start stoning. And the next thing I know, another MI contestant comes out and starts sitting down and helping me stone. And then another one comes out and was like, hey, we have a king-size bed. Do you want to bring it upstairs? You can put... My cloak is filthy. It is covered in dirt. I literally made it by rubbing it in dirt. I learned better ways to make things dirty now. I don't actually rub them in dirt anymore.
Oh, good
You're
for
welcome.
you.
I know.
Wow.
But they, you know, they offered to take my cloak. Everybody picked it up. It was like a funeral procession. Everybody's like holding the edges of the cloak, and we're just walking up the stairs and laying it out on this, you know, wonderful people's bed. And everyone's just stoning. And then 2 people went down, got their own suits that they're wearing for evening wear. Brings it up to the room, and they're working on their suits. And so it's not one of those, like, secretive, nobody can see my stuff things. Like,
well, also by that point, what the hell
there's nothing you can do. But we were all just
I'm going to go buy a new suit.
standing there, and everyone's helping each other, and it was a really great experience.
I mean, that's what we do. For God's sakes.
It was a little bit different this year.
Right.
Still a great, phenomenal experience, but something I realized this year that didn't happen last year is a whole bunch of bonding happened within our team. Yeah. We had a very big Team AZ.
Lord.
Because there was
if you look at the picture that I posted of when right after I won, there were so many people there from Arizona. It was ridiculous.
On the drive back to the airport, we didn't even have all of Team AZ.
No.
But we had 11 people. Everybody had at least 2 suitcases. So 11 people plus each of their 2 suitcases in a 15-passenger van.
Wow.
Yeah.
It was so stacked up that as we were driving, I had to, like, be like, is Hannah in the car?
Roll call!
Is
Sound off!
Did we leave anybody? Because I can't see.
It was... Yeah.
But we had... It was... I absolutely will, you know, besides everything that actually happened in the pageant, there was just such a love that came from Arizona and then returning and all of the support that we had from the community afterwards. It, you know, I've always loved this community, but going to nationals, having our team, and then plus the community support when we came home really just solidified how close-knit the Arizona community is, and you don't fuck with them.
Yes.
I learned, yep.
The one thing that we did discover is even though there's drama within the community, there obviously, I mean,
it's drag.
Right.
Everyone's gay.
But,
why is there not drama?
But when it comes down to it, we don't let you fuck with us. Like we don't.
Everybody's complimenting your talent. Your talent was amazeballs.
Blah blah blah.
So glad I went this year, Dustin. Your talent number is just so awesome. Throw one in there for Freddie.
It's fine.
His ego is throwing up over here.
It's fine.
Well, in Freddie's number, I had a tail, so if that doesn't make it, I don't know.
Right, I mean,
my tail. It was so great.
Hello. It's alright. I was watching your talent. I was like dancing with it.
Oh yeah, he knows all the choreography. He was the backup for.
I was like the if somebody like fell downstairs and like broke legs, I could have filled in for pretty much anything.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Like seriously.
Yeah, we were all.
Thank you, Eddie. Appreciate you. Love you much.
See, you can put up his middle finger.
I can. That's not bent. This one not so much. It doesn't quite.
Why are you pointing at yourself?
It's the claw.
Oh god.
The claw's
my
gonna
God.
get you. Ooh, it's the claw. You're scared of the claw. Fuck off.
Wait, was that from something?
Yes. Have you never seen Liar Liar?
That's one of Scott's favorite movies. Yes,
No.
he loves Jim Carrey.
Never
So
seen Liar Liar.
No, I haven't seen most movies, Freddie.
it's okay. Neither have I, and he gets so upset.
I know you haven't. It's funny because I haven't seen any movies, but when I find out somebody hasn't seen The Dark Crystal, I get really
You did
upset.
just lose your mind. Both of you.
I
just
know.
lost
I get
your mind.
really upset, but I haven't seen anything.
Because the Dark Crystal is like.
It's
I
so
can forgive somebody
beautiful.
not seeing Liar Liar. I cannot forgive somebody not seeing
Oh,
The Dark
well,
It's
Crystal.
one of the most beautiful movies you'll
you've
ever
never
watch.
I
mentioned
think
that
The Dark
movie.
Crystal is actually better than Labyrinth.
I agree.
I've seen Labyrinth.
Most people, same artistic concept. Brian Froud designed all the puppetry and designed the whole thing, and then Jim Henson brought
Oh, look
Brought
this up.
it to
Maybe
life.
I have seen this.
But I've always liked The Dark Crystal better than Labyrinth. But
Are you singing SpongeBob because of the hook? I don't know. 'Cause
no,
that's what I was
because
thinking
of the number that I did.
Oh, you're fisherman.
I'm
Okay,
fisherman.
got it.
Oh.
I was thinking
Yeah.
when he did this, I was
No, I
thinking
have not seen
SpongeBob
that.
and what is it? The hook slinging slasher. The hook.
Yeah.
The
I know what you did last
Oh,
summer.
it's playing at Film Bar
oh,
on May 18th.
May 18th. Who wants to go?
I guess.
Wait.
I mean,
so
I
you're
own
virtual.
it, so we leave on May 18th.
I get it. Oh yeah, darn it.
That's okay.
I,
I
get a
could
little
just
bit
go to
confused
Film
sometimes
Bar
with
while you
March
guys
and
are
May.
gone.
Yeah, you can go see it.
I cannot.
Anyways, Nationals is great. I had a blast. It was a really great experience, and I'm really excited to see what this year brings.
And
for sure.
now we are stuck together for the next year, which is going to be interesting
Oh.
because
Are you wiping makeup on his?
probably because like we're
Is that vest
we're now
heavy?
close in proximity, which means that we can actually like
Oh, somebody
Like-
got upset that you said Dark Crystal is better than Labyrinth.
oh yeah.
Sorry, Micah.
Sorry, Micah. Sorry,
Micah, have you
not sorry.
seen Dark Crystal? I haven't seen it.
I'm sure he has.
I think Dark Crystal is far better than Labyrinth. I like Labyrinth. I think Dark Crystal is. Far
I
better.
also love puppets, though.
But and it's Jim Henson and
Yeah.
Brian Froud and
just
the
love
thing like
Puppets. I actually would like to. Oh gosh, I just remember the name again. What are they called? The Landstriders.
yes.
I do a four-legged stilt creature.
I can do four-legged stilts if I had stilts. I've done four-legged stilt things before.
Yeah, but I wanna do that. I need to make a little gelfling to sit on my back and then be a Landstrider.
Oh wow.
That would be awesome. Can
Yeah.
we find these
Okay.
stilts and we can both be the Lance Riders?
Okay, so they're both great. Micah says they're both great. They're over here
Oh my
geeking.
god.
They're geeking right now.
We have so many stupid plans, you guys.
Dude. Yeah.
We're gonna be matching.
So yeah, we went.
Cassandra hasn't seen it either.
I'm judging all of you.
I'm not talking to you
harshly.
anymore.
I'm judging all of you very
So
harshly.
I'm just gonna collect
until you see
all
it.
of you together, and we'll all go to Film Bar on Saturday,
So-
May 18th.
Next Wednesday on Let's Have a Fifi, we're just gonna be streaming Dark
Right, that's all we're gonna do
I
next
can't
week.
do that. I don't want any license. That's why we don't play any music
Right.
because Facebook is stupid.
Dark Crystal screening.
Oh my
I'll shadow
God.
cast it. Just kidding.
Right, we'll figure it out. It's fine.
We'll just all take it in the movie theater. I'll hold my phone up.
We'll get. Oh, we can reenact it with sock puppets.
Oh my
It'll
God.
be the same thing, totally just as good.
I feel like we've been talking about sock puppets since season 1.
I just want like a Skeksis sock puppet.
I don't know the characters, so I can't laugh.
I mean, you can. You're just choosing not to.
I chose not
Yeah.
to. Hi, Bree.
Oh,
Bree's here?
my
Yeah.
God. Hey,
I
Bree.
don't know. Oh, she's up there.
Yeah,
Okay.
you can see her name.
Hey.
Yeah.
I can't see her name.
You can't see her name, but the rest of us can. Oh my goodness. So, yeah.
What's next?
Right. What do
I mean,
say
you guys
you,
are
I guess
traveling
it's technically
together.
what are we?
Yeah,
You-
so
oh, God.
we leave on the 18th for Miss
Miss
18th of May.
May, not
Of
this
May.
month. I will be very
Oh
sad.
God. 18th of this month. I think my head would explode.
So I have to make 1,004 suits, and 29 outfits. I'm just making up numbers.
Right. Pretty much.
But it's gonna be great, and I'm really excited because I mean, also after all of this, I think it'll really help my drag in general because I will actually have outfits that I didn't make from the
outfits are good.
scrapyard.
So yeah, we're heading to it's called USofA week. It happens in Dallas, and it's
I feel kind of sad that you guys are not included in USofA
it's
week.
but then that would just be a USofA month because it would just be
Yeah,
so
I
fucking
guess,
long.
yeah.
But it's
Rhinestones
for
are on the way.
Miss Gay USofA Classic and then Miss Gay USofA, and yeah,
Thank you, Maddie.
it's gonna be interesting because that's the first time that we're actually
Coco
gonna
Chanel.
meet
Hi.
like as national title holders all the key people involved in USofA. So a lot of the promoters, some of the national promoters for the other divisions.
I just got my card from Jerry Bird
I
today.
know, I did too. Did you email it and say thank you?
Yes,
I did. So we'll get to meet the outgoing title holders and then
Would you
the
like
new
to?
title holders. So it should be. I'm excited about it. It's going to be a very busy week because not only are we.
It's not just a busy week.
Like, we have to do all sorts of stuff. Like, we need to be present for, like, all the registrations and you know, all that stuff, all the award ceremonies and stuff.
Are you guys driving or flying?
Flying. I'm not fucking driving to Dallas.
Come, Bree. We're apparently having a party. Everyone's going.
Are we sharing
Oh,
a room?
it's our room.
Oh, fuck.
Mm-hmm.
I want my
Hello?
bed.
Alright.
Privacy is an amazing thing.
We're
Not from each other.
we're gonna have like very little privacy as it is for the
No,
next
I
year
meant,
because
like-
they're gonna end up putting us in the same room.
You know you love
Just
me.
because.
So, guys, whenever Freddie is just like having one of those days and just like needs to just like bring him Starbucks or something, 'cause
Cupcakes.
it's probably my fault.
Cupcakes are gonna.
probably my
cupcakes are
fault.
gonna
No,
he's
no
gonna-
cupcakes, because then you won't be able to fit in your suits.
fucking be an alcoholic for the end of this year.
I don't drink.
I know.
You're
That's the
gonna drive
problem.
and then drinking.
I'm gonna start drinking and
I-
smoking, and all he's gonna be out there chugging a beer and smoking a cigarette.
Oh, she would come if she
Hey,
could hitch
you'll
a
be the
ride
last
with
2 days.
Hey.
Whoop, whoop.
You would, Bree, do you really think if we were driving that we'd have room for anybody, considering we'd have to take 15 suitcases each?
Well, apparently we're really good at Tetris, so we might.
This is true. Though we'd have to take my car. My car has more room.
you. Does it?
I don't know why we're talking about this. We're not driving.
I don't know why we're not driving. But if we were to drive somewhere, we could potentially
But
do it, right?
hypothetically speaking.
Hypothetically speaking.
Hypothetically speaking.
Oh my god. But it's gonna definitely
Yes.
be an interesting year.
The winds are
I'm
blowing.
gonna be making spreadsheets. It'll be great.
Excellent.
Oh, I
And
love
yes, it's
spreadsheets.
fucking
Me too.
windy it was windy as fuck here today.
My hair almost blew over.
Like a lot windy. My door, because I have my
Screen
security
door?
screen door and then my indoor door and
Your door.
my door, and because I have to replace
Do you
the
have a
deadbolt-
door that's not a door?
No,
Oh.
I have
Yes.
a door that doesn't go anywhere.
there's that.
Do you?
No.
I have
I
to.
don't.
I have to replace the deadbolt on my inside door because my key broke off in it a few months ago. I just never bothered to do it.
Sucks.
So I have to deadbolt it manually from the inside if I'm home. Otherwise, if it's windy, it just blows open because it doesn't latch.
Eddie says he's making you drive to Southwest.
Oh no, that's not
Where's
happening.
Southwest
Oh,
USofA?
I thought that was happening. We're driving.
We can drive. I'm not driving with a whole shit ton of people. You want me to throw up all over the place? Not happening. I get very car sick. So I will happily caravan, and I will take my own damn car and listen to my podcast while y'all
party.
Have you met him?
Yeah, y'all can party. I'm gonna listen to my true crime podcast.
Actually, I'll probably be really tired. Probably be sleeping.
Probably.
Will you add Small Town Murder to your podcast?
I have that on my.
Oh, you do?
I do.
I'm trying to get James on here.
Uprooting trees. That's scary.
Oh, yeesh. That's not. Yeah. We had very strange weather. Yesterday was like 95.
Oh my gosh, my air conditioning didn't work yesterday. 95. Now it's. Oh, it hasn't been working since we got back from nationals.
Nice.
And then it finally, I walked in today and I was like, here we go. Here's the heat. And I walked in and it was just like cold air. I was like, the air conditioning's on! Guys, the air conditioning works! I was so excited. Now I'm cold.
Yeah, right. Yeah. I'm sitting at home and I don't think about it. I have my my AC down because I can. And I'm sitting in working like in my sweats. I go take the dogs out. I'm like,
Who turned on the blow dryer?
Yeah, I have to remember that. Like, better to just sit and like.
What did you just send me, Gabe?
Oh, I'm Skexy and I know it. Yes!
Get out of my head.
How many times have we done that though? We're like sitting there, people are like having, like they say something and we answer in exactly the same way. Like just, we're just like, what the fuck?
I'm gonna go now.
I'm Skexy and I know it.
What was that?
Oh my god, I need to do. I'm bringing Skexy back. There it is. Yes. Okay, disclaimer, that joke is not mine. I totally got it from Dead Bob Show from Renaissance Festival.
I didn't think you made it up.
I know, but like I want to give credit where credit is due because
I'm sure Dead
Bob.
Bob.
Good for you. Good for you.
Well done though.
I have no idea what's going on.
I think that's gonna be most people for the rest of the year.
I'm gonna be like, what are you guys talking about?
Oh my god, can that be my first number when I get to miss?
Yeah.
As a Skexy, just I'm Skexy and I know it. Just like big ol' hunch.
Can we do like a whole like Gelfling number and like break it down?
But like we have to like attach the like strings.
Right. I got no strings, so only do like a Pinocchio Gelfling mashup. Yeah. Oh my god! Because with the Gelflings, they weren't all like marionettes. They were more like robotic. So
talk to me.
They have no strings.
Yeah.
Because I have no idea what's going on.
Yeah. So
sorry. Okay.
Fine.
Okay. We'll move on
They're
from
just sitting here, and when you listen to this on the podcast, if you're lost, just know that I'm there with you. I now have to watch this movie.
This is your fault. You're the one that decided to book him.
Sorry.
Oh, well, I have some fuckery to tell you later.
Oh, yeah, there's a specific reason why we have you on this particular episode.
I understand. I was not the first choice.
No, that's not the reason. You were a choice. It was just that.
A choice, just not the first one.
No, not for this date.
Correct, not for this current date. We had somebody else previously booked for this date, but she's canceled.
Which one? The first canceled or the second canceled?
First. Which is why it's funny that you're here.
That is funny.
I'll tell you about the fuckery while we turn the camera on.
Right.
Okay.
But
speaking of fuckery, what are we up to?
What have you got going on?
Do you have any shows coming up besides USofA week?
Tomorrow I am in. I will be at Volt for Chill Pill. It is 420 themed, so.
There's a lot of
that'll be
420
fun.
shows.
And then after that, on Sunday, I'm in Late Night Snacks. And then the next Tuesday, next week, I will be the judge for Stars. And then the Friday after that will be the first show of A Fabulous, which is a new show that we started that features, and by we, I mean it is produced by DJ Galaxy and Eddie Broadway, and in the show is also Dita Dame Savage and myself. And then we're going to have special guests Freddie and Sassy.
Never heard of them.
And
they booked me for a fucking show that...
Hey, at at least you came up with songs. I didn't know what to do.
Okay, so I don't.
It was your theme.
I am not about like. So I'm like.
Yes.
You go
sip your tea.
I don't really. Everybody around me is a fucking stoner. Like everybody around me is a fucking stoner.
Not all of it.
I'm not a stoner.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't smoke. I used to smoke on occasion, but it does weird things to me now, so I'm just like,
I don't smoke either.
So they booked me for this 420 show.
Oh, Brie wants to be booked, I think.
And I'm like, the fuck am I going to do for a 420 show? Like, I'm trying to find, and of course everybody's like, because of the high. I'm like, I am not doing that bullshit. Not, no. I'm like, can I at least?
That's everybody all night.
Right.
What?
I'm like, fuck. So I'm digging through shit, trying to find stuff. I'm winging it. So I suggest that you come out to see how I managed to pull this shit together because I don't know.
They'll probably be the
I'm
only
doing some
coherent
Reaper
one.
Madness.
I was going to do something from Reefer Madness because I've done Listen to Jesus, Jimmy, but I didn't want to do it because you're doing something from Reefer Madness, and then I didn't want to be that guy, so...
Oh, all these people woke up. Where's the 420 show?
Yeah, so the 420 show is going to be a boycott. It's going to be a boycott. What time is it?
8:30?
8:30?
The show is at 8:30?
Eddie, is it at 8:30?
That's what the flyer says, which I don't understand because ain't nobody gonna be there at 8:30.
Yes,
On a
8:30 is a
Sunday?
boycott. 8:30? Question mark?
Be at 8:30. Nobody's ever.
You're not. Are you talk to texting the computer?
I'm asking this, and then I'm expecting him to
respond.
No,
No, you would know if it were talk to text because it doesn't make any sense. Never.
I mean, nothing I ever type or speak makes sense anyways. That's where this is chicken came from. 8:30? Yes, 8:30. So 8:30 on 420. Come out. It is going to
watch
be
me make a
blast.
complete fool of myself.
Thanks for sharing the episode, Cassandra.
What else have you got going on? Anything else
Cassandra's
up
gotta
for us
go.
this month?
Aww.
Aw, bye.
Because Kenzie's
Enjoy the
gotta
puppies.
make a drive.
Enjoy the puppies.
Oh, it's gonna be. Oh, a Georgina production?
No, it is not Georgina. So this is she's got what are her shows there? She's got
Some
I
king
think
show.
Dollhouse, The Kingdom, which is an all king show, and the Roulette one, I believe. Great shows.
I directed. You ain't directing me, bitch. The fuck? Just kidding.
Yes. Okay. Oh my gosh, Eddie. So it is a
You
new
mean
show.
produced.
Directed, produced.
Produced, because he's not directing. anybody.
Directing.
Whatever.
Talk directing. Come to a spotlight rehearsal. We'll talk directing.
Whoa!
So it is directed or
When is
produced
that
by
coming
Eddie
back?
Broadway
Never
and
mind.
DJ Galaxy. It's called A Fabulous because the first part is AFAB, which is assigned female at birth. I had to think of that for a second. So it's giving a spotlight to all of your kings and
People with vaginas.
divas, femmes. I'm trying not to say bio queens.
Just people with vaginas.
Or that.
You're welcome.
Oh.
That
So-
TMI, did you not know? Did I just disclose
Oh
too much?
my god.
Did you?
I don't know what to say now. I'm uncomfortable.
Oh god. So Felicia and I have drag bingo and cats this Friday at
And we
the.
celebrate Freddie.
Wow, what the fuck? Okay, just make yourself comfortable, no problem.
My knees hurt.
You can put your.
It's
You're pretty
cloudy.
close
I
to the
have
ground.
arthritis.
Oh my. So Felicia and I have drag bingo and cats this Friday at the Cat Lounge in Tempe. Go ahead and reserve your spots. We don't really have a theme for this month. It's more like
We're celebrating
We're
you.
celebrating me. That's what the
saying
theme
we don't
is.
have a theme.
I am the theme.
Good night, Vivica.
Bye, Vivica.
And then
I work in the morning too.
April 19th, Felicia's got a thing. Booked for something.
Party like a queen. It's a disco party. Actually, I think I have
She's
tickets.
just gonna leave you hanging. She
Tickets.
totally just left you hanging.
No,
What-
it's okay.
what
No,
happened?
don't worry about it. Don't worry about
Okay.
it.
I didn't.
It's like I'm so used to giving myself high fives. It's
I
ridiculous.
didn't see
I'll
it.
be like, yeah, and then everybody ignores me, and I'll just yeah. Never left
I
hanging.
was looking
high
for
five
the
yourself.
tickets.
Oh shit.
So, I have 2 tickets. available.
Oh, we could raffle them off or give them away to see somebody that does things.
You can either try to get them from me at Drag Bingo, or watch next week's episode. Yeah?
They could be part of the raffle at Bingo.
Yeah.
Y'all also
Fun things.
have a show next Wednesday. Oh, I also have a show next Wednesday.
You do?
Is it called the Victory
What is
Show?
y'all?
Yeah.
Who is y'all?
I don't know if it's called the Victory Show. Me and Dita are having a show that's going to be a fundraiser. The beginning part of the fundraiser is to help us raise money to take care of things that got broken into in the house. And to, locks and stuff. And then the remainder of that money is a fundraiser for
What is this? So does Freddie? Who? Why? What is happening? What are you talking about?
Freddie can't be on Wednesday. He's in Fefe.
I have
time
a thing.
does this
Like,
start?
what are you even talking about? Nobody done contacted me about shit, so if I have something on Wednesday, somebody should probably tell me. Just say it.
No, you have this.
Yes, but
Isn't Freddie coming? That's what he said.
To do
Isn't Freddie coming?
what?
It's a fundraiser celebration congratulations show.
That's a lot of
just
stuff.
fuck me then. It's cool. Whatever. It's fine. No, it's cool. It's fine.
Technically, you're having your victory party at
Tag me in what?
Don't tag him and stuff. You need to message him and stuff.
Tag me in what? Don't tag me in something. You can't tag me in something. Tell me what I'm doing.
So because the screens, I
Yeah.
feel like I'm looking into the screen.
You are.
Oh my god.
It's weird.
And then on April 20th in the morning, Felicia
Oh my
and
God.
I have
Please pray for me.
drag queen story time at Bookman's in Mesa.
Because I have the booking before.
Yeah.
And then I have to get up at 6 a.m.
Wait, do you have the booking at Bookman's?
Yeah,
I
the
just
drag
wanted to
queen
say that.
story hour.
The booking at Bookman's.
Oh god. So you've got drag queen
Bookman's
story
booking.
hour happening at Bookman's in Mesa at 9 a.m. If you or you know somebody that has kids or you just want to come out and support, I know it's early, but we would love to see you there. It should
That starts
be
at 9:30, right?
I thought it was 9.
Tell people 9. They'll show
I
up
would
at
say
10.
right. I think it's 9. I don't know. But yeah, it should be good. And then of course later that evening, I'm at Boycott,
Yeah, at least you get to take a nap.
so I get to be good and wholesome in the morning.
It doesn't.
And then
just because you can read to children doesn't mean
gonna
you're good and wholesome.
Take a nap, and then I'm gonna go do
please.
drug-related
Please.
content in the evening.
Hashtag classic.
The story of Crown.
No.
No.
I'm gonna have to have you back soon. This is fine.
Oh fuck!
This is almost quite up there with episode 18 of season 1.
Oh my god! It's getting there. It's right.
It's almost there.
Oh
Yeah, totally.
shit! Eddie, message me in things, because tagging me in stuff, don't do. I can't.
I don't even tag.
Not helpful.
I tell him,
Not
are
helpful.
you available this
Right.
day?
Asking me if I'm available to
You're
do
yelling
something
at
is
the
probably. I'm
screen.
not though. Would probably be more better than just tagging me in something. Like, just say it. Then don't tag me.
And plus, sometimes when people tag me and stuff, it'll show up, and then Facebook does this weird thing where it'll change the order of stuff,
I'll go right.
and I'll be like, what? Oh. But I just checked it. Nope, it's gone.
Yeah,
it's gone.
I missed so many things because when I got back from nationals, I had, I think, over 600 Facebook notifications, and I was just like,
Yeah, I was like, that's why I was like, I'm sorry, guys.
So, your fundraiser next week is 10 p.m. at Vault next week.
I have a lot.
Okay, well, message me.
It's okay. It's not like finals week coming up or anything.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's
like a month.
fine.
It's a month. We're good.
That's cool.
Oh my gosh. Yeah,
Oh,
fucking
yeah,
A.
next
Fucking
week.
A.
So, hey, it's at 10. You can come. Besides, I have a 7 a.m. chemistry lab the next day, so if I can do it, you can do it.
What is chemistry?
7 a.m.
I have to be up at 6 anyway because I work.
I have to go to work at 7. But I'm not going.
I don't feel like it. My knees hurt.
Oh my god. Keep an eye out on our Facebook or our Instagram for upcoming guests and more. We've got, I know coming up, I believe she's going to be on our season finale. We've got Espresso Grande, which happens right before we leave for USofA week. Mm-hmm. Is Sir Jet still happening? Or?
No, I think Sir Jet needs to move into the
next season.
Yeah.
All right. And Mr. Phoenix.
See, I asked that question too.
What?
Are you still selling your shirts?
Oh.
You need to be selling thy shirts.
I am not currently, but I will see what I can do about getting them back up.
I don't have shirts.
I already tried that.
Let's start a riot.
Oh my god.
It's because I don't have a thing. I don't.
Oh my god, I will work on that. Just kidding. Welcome to the PR marketing firm of Freddie Prinze Charming. Can I help you?
Any PR request needs to go through my people.
I was like the first one after I saw it posted. I was like taking. People were like, "Oh, really?" I was like, "Yes, bitch, just share." Just
Felicia.
Sharing.
I don't even know what happened. Somebody posted something, and then I know Felicia was sharing.
It was Vivica. Vivica shared it first, and then I saved the photo, and then just posted it all over the place.
Okay, I've had 4 people ask. I will contact and see if I can get my shirts back out. Yay!
Wow, look at that customer demand.
And once again, we'd like to thank our sponsors, ShellyLoveCreative.com, WigsOfAKind.com, and TheBurleyBarbers.com. Definitely go check the Burley Barbers out. They are fucking phenomenal.
I need to make it.
Totally LGBTQ friendly.
100%.
1,000%.
Like,
we need to print a picture for them too.
Yeah, they're wonderful. They get, I mean, don't look at them right now, but they get these sides looking nice.
Oh yeah, I look
spiffy. They get the back of the neck, and it's all just smooth.
I look damn good when I right after I got it done. I ended up showing up at his house. It was like the day after I think I had my hair cut.
Yeah, it was after the show, and I was just like, damn.
I was like,
and then he went and he washed his face and got to his comfy clothes, and I felt a lot better because then he was grandpa again.
Thanks, asshole.
Whoa. Slap.
He loves me unless I have makeup.
You can support us on Patreon at patreon.com.
You're supposed to love me, not my character.
I didn't say I loved you any less when you were grandpa.
Thanks.
Whoa.
Not that way.
This is great. Anyway, what I was going to say is that...
Are you ashy?
Now I'm uncomfortable. My knees are dry.
You need some lotion? Oh my
Felicia
god.
probably.
Look at that. Oh my, those poor knees.
I have a burnt spot that goes from here to here. On the back of my leg.
That's what I wanted to ask you about, but let's go on.
But you know why? I had to figure out. It took me a while to figure out why. My shorts ended here, and I was wearing high socks. So the only part of my leg.
But you know what's really savage is that nothing burnt right here.
No, it's just the back of my leg.
The knees don't typically do it, but when it's behind, that hurts.
That's not comfortable. It's not comfortable at all.
He was like, "I'm not sunburnt, but the back of my legs are." I was like.
Apparently the back of my neck and the back of my this much of the back of my leg because
anyway.
They're called your knee pits.
My knee.
Be sure to like this episode, subscribe, and share it with your friends, enemies, and Trump supporters. You can subscribe to our podcast.
This is your unborn mouth.
Stop it! Oh my god.
Your belly button is your unborn mouth, and the back of your knees are your knee pits.
Oh my god. I can't with you two. I'm gonna have to separate you two.
I'll go on that side next time.
You can subscribe to us as a podcast. You can listen to us on iTunes.
How are you doing over there?
Oh my god.
Hold up signs.
Hey,
pass notes. You pass this to Dustin.
I miss you.
What I'd like to say is I apologize to USofA pageantry. You picked them, I didn't.
You're welcome.
You can find us on iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, and more. You can also follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Special thanks to all of you who watch live. Special thanks to all our special guests.
Just hands. These are not spirit fingers.
Oh.
These are spirit fingers.
Oh my god!
Our goals. What?
I'm out. I'm so out. Don't do it. Oh, I'm so out. I'm out. I'm out. I already said I'm out.
Oh, fuck.
We'll see you next week. Who's our guest next week?
I don't know.
Me again.
He's off on Wednesday. It's not like he has anything to do, you know. It's fine.
I'll post who's next. We'll see you next week for our Wednesday night conversation.
And apparently I'm going to be at Club Vault next week.
Yay!
Just booked. Yay.
Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you guys next week. Thank you, Dustin.
Bye. Thank you.